What? Really? 2 weeks in a row where we only get 3 episodes the whole time? Oh God. This must be a sign. This must be a sign. A sign that I get to do some more stuff than I usually do, since I get to spend less time these past couple of weeks doing this because of the lack of that many shows. Maybe that means I can finally go back to... Oh God, maybe I shouldn't say it. I've had a really bad streak, but you know what? No, I'm so excited. You know what? Fuck it. Yes, I'm gonna start watching some Netflix again. Hopefully I just didn't jinx myself, and because whenever I try to watch something on Netflix, something horribly fucked up happens to me. Oh God. Oh boy. Oh man, this makes me really tense and nervous about doing this again. But first, before I try to dive off the deep end, I need to do this episode. So let's just jump right into it. Let's just jump right into the Super Vlillain vlogs. Oh man, I am so tense that even that is suffering. Alright, I just need to relax. Alright? Okay, it's not going to happen a third time. Alright? I just need to keep telling myself that it's not going to happen a third time. Alright? Okay. Alright, but I do have precedent to be a little worried, since the first time I tried to get onto Netflix, I was beaten to a bloody pulp, and then the second time I tried to get onto Netflix, I was shot in the fucking face, so you can understand my concern. But anyway, so to take my mind off of the exhilarating weight of finally getting back to doing some Netflix and chilling by myself, might I add, let's talk about Gotham. Yes, Gotham! The thing that you can always count on Gotham for doing is always having lots and lots and lots of supervillainy to talk about. Yes, and this one is no exception. You got the Riddler, and he has this really he has like this really intense inner monologue about how much he fucking hates Gordon now for some reason. Like, holy shit! Oh man, Riddler has been really making a lot of progress, hasn't he? Yes. Oh, I remember it was just like yesterday when I started watching the show, and he was just this little awkward nerdy guy. There was no hints of supervillainy in him. He was just this little awkward weirdo. That was all he was. But slowly over time, he's gotten to the point where he's killed just 3 people, so I'm so proud of him. He's really come to his own as a supervillain. That's just fantastic. And now apparently he wants to kill Gordon. Sure, why not? You know, I keep wanting Bruce Wayne to be killed because it's such a great opportunity to kill him at the moment. But if you want to go for Gordon, you know, just go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, I would prefer if you prevented Ben Affleck from ever existing. But if you want J.K. Simmons to, if you want to prevent J.K. Simmons from ever existing, then sure, just go right ahead, okay? Or prevent Gary Oldman from existing. It depends on, it depends on your preference, of course. But you can never choose Bryan Cranston. I am sorry about that. Unless you want to go by cartoons. Anyway, so what else do we have in this episode? Well, what else is there to talk about? Alright, let's see here. Oh, of course, good old Penguin, Oh, poor Penguin. Oh, he finally gets a chance to be free. He finally gets a chance to be free from the jail, and he's so nervous. It's so sad. It's like he really wanted to be free from Arkham. He really wanted to, but after having such a great time with the old lovable Hugo Strange, he feels a little scared now. He feels a little scared. It's like pushing a penguin back into the ocean. It's like, come on, penguin, come on. You just need a little bit of a push. You just need a little bit of a push, Mr. Penguin. And he is a penguin. I didn't even realize that I was making that connection. But yes, just like with a penguin, an actual real penguin, you gotta put them back into the wild, into the great blue Pacific Oceans. Or maybe it's not the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, sure, Pacific Oceans. You gotta push them back in there, alright? You gotta push them, alright? You gotta see if they can still swim. Maybe they'll sink, but if they do, that's gonna be their fault for being a fucking stupid penguin. But if they do swim, that means they made it. That means you made it. It's sink or swim, penguin, sink or swim, okay? You gotta swim, penguin. You gotta swim, alright? Okay, have fun with Pee Wee Herman. Alright, so, yes, so that covers the penguin, and that kind of also covers Hugo Strange in this episode as well, I guess. Not really much going on with Hugo Strange at the moment, just dealing with old little penguin. So I guess that leaves us with the main thing to talk about, of course. And that is Matches Malone. Yes, for the last season and a half, we have been wondering with bated breath, who is the murderer of the Waynes? And we need to find out who that is, so we can give him a fucking medal. Good job on you. Unless Bruce Wayne eventually becomes Batman, and if that case, fuck you! I can't believe you single-handedly created Batman. Screw you! Let's beat the shit out of you. And of course, you know, you would think it's Joe Chill, because that's the name of the guy. Everyone knows that. It's Joe Chill. Unless you're one of those dumbasses who didn't read the comic books when they watched the 1989 movie and took that by heart and was like, the guy who killed Bruce Wayne was the Joker. It was obviously the Joker. No, fuck you. It's Joe Chill, alright? Get it right. It was Joe Chill. But in this show, they have been very mysterious about it. Yes, because when they showed the historical moments where Bruce Wayne's little teeny bitty boy childhood was gloriously ruined forever, when they showed that scene, the murderer was wearing a mask, so we have no idea whether or not it is Joe Chill. That leaves it up for a mystery. I mean, so who is it then? Well, apparently, according to this episode, it's Matches Malone. Matches Malone is the killer, is the assassin. However, he didn't do it just because he was a friggin' asshole. No, he did it because he's an assassin. Oh, wait a minute. Joe Chill was kind of that way. I mean, Joe Chill wasn't like a professional assassin, but he sort of was like he did it because he was put up to it by his boss, and the boss's name, of course, is, yeah, I'm gonna have to Google this. Lou Moxon. Yes, I knew that the whole time. I totally did not just Google it, even though I just said I did Google it. Yes, Lou Moxon is his name. So, now that Bruce Wayne has discovered who the murderer was of his parents, now he's trying to figure out who hired the murderer of his parents. It's still not solved yet. However, that's not Joe Chill, who wound up being the ultimate murderer of his parents. That's Matches Malone. And Matches Malone is the alter ego that Bruce Wayne takes up whenever he's in disguises. You know, he's like a whole trinity of alter egos. Sometimes he's billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. Sometimes he's the masked vigilante Batman. And when he's not either of those, he's a skeevy undercover crime lord, Matches Malone. So, apparently in this version, Matches Malone is in place of Joe Chill. So, apparently in this version, Matches Malone is an actual person. So I'm not really sure if they're gonna somehow eventually make that more like it how it is in the comic books, where maybe eventually Bruce Wayne takes up that name. But if he does, people will think, well, wait a minute, wasn't there a guy named Matches Malone? Like, well, wait, what? So there's that. So does that mean that Joe Chill has nothing to do with the show then? If they decided to replace him with Matches? But surely there's a reason for this. They couldn't have simply just replaced Joe Chill with Matches Malone just for the sake of doing it. No, there's more to it, okay? I still think there's more to this, alright? I still think there is. I still think there's still a conspiracy here. I still think that Joe Chill has something to do with this. Even if it means that this was a hoax and Matches Malone isn't the killer, I still think that Joe Chill is tied with this somehow, in some way. Alright? Now, am I saying that he's the one who hired, am I saying that Joe Chill is the one who hired Matches Malone? Not really, because like I said, Lou Moxon. Like, I mean, you might as well get Lou Moxon all up in here now. But if they're gonna replace Joe Chill with Matches Malone, then one could only assume that they're gonna do the same with Lou Moxon and replace him. Maybe they're gonna replace him with Batmite, or I don't know, Sid the Squid, or something. So who knows what they're gonna do there? But anyway, I still think Joe Chill is involved somehow. I still think there's more to this mystery than what we assume is more to this mystery. If you get what I'm saying, alright? Okay. Also, Matches Malone killed himself. Oh, God. It's like that scene from Total Recall. No, not Total Recall. Minority Report. Sorry, got my futuristic, depressing movies mixed up. Wait a minute, Total Recall wasn't depressing. Just Minority Report was depressing. But you understand what I'm saying. Oh, good. Yes, because Bruce Wayne was like, nah, I'm not gonna kill you because I'd be a supervillain then. And I'm like, oh, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Batman being a supervillain in this version. I'm all cool with that. But no, Bruce Wayne has to be a party pooper and be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be a little goody two-shoes and I'm gonna keep doing that. And instead I'm just gonna let you kill yourself. So that makes me sort of like Dr. Kevorkian, which means that I still technically already killed you. Yay! Hey! Oh, God. But there is something I am forgetting to talk about, of course. There is something that I forgot to mention, of course. And I'm going to talk about it now. And all of you probably already know what it is, because you have eyes and you see what I'm using as the picture currently. Yes, we have another character who's had their hats thrown into the ring of possible jokers for this show. I already said this before. It seems obvious that what they're trying to go with this show is that they're trying to make Joker more of a concept, more of an idea. I think he's more of an idea than he is an actual character. So I think what they're doing is it's more of a legacy that was started by Jerome, the late Ginger Jerome, and now we're just gonna have a whole bunch of people influenced by him in certain ways, and they're all gonna be candidates for Joker, I guess. And one of them is a rock and roll chick. Yes, a rock and roll girl. Okay, I'm all for progressiveness, you know. I'm all for Thor becoming Lady Thor, and because of Jane Foster, and I'm all for the Ghostbusters having boobs and vagina now, and I'm all cool with that. I don't mind. I'm all cool with that. Okay, it's just that when it was first revealed, everyone was like, "Oh, is this the Joker of Gotham? Is this gonna be our Joker?" And of course I immediately went, no. I highly doubt that she's gonna be ultimately our Joker for Gotham. I I kind of doubt that. I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't have a female Joker, because we kind of already do in Harley Quinn and the Joker's daughter. So why not have like a traditional Joker? So what I'm saying is, I don't think I'm pretty sure she's gonna be one of many others. All right, but you know what? I can see where they're coming from that. They want to be hopeful about this. They want to finally have a concrete Joker. They're tired of all these proposed Jokers, Like we had the guy with the red hood, he seemed very Jokery, but then he died. And of course, Jerome. With Jerome, everyone was so sure that he was the Joker, just completely sure. And of course, he's friggin' dead, so that's completely impossible now. So I can see people being frustrated by that and being like, hey, just give us a concrete Joker already, okay? Just give us one Joker and keep going. So I can see why they really want this one to be the one. I can, and it would be interesting, to have a rock and roll punk Joker, to have like a punk rock Joker who's sort of like has like this grungy vibe to him, or maybe more like the Sex Pistols type thing, that kind of hardcore rock and roll type thing. Although what's weird is that whenever she speaks, she sounds like the type of rock and roll singer that you would hear from like the 1920s or 30s. Sheep tap doobity doo doo there, hopo pop pop go do choopity doo. What can I do for you, Daddy-o? Boo doo pookity doo. Shoop tap tappity doo. Yo Pikachu, my man. Booka doo doo pappity boo. Boop shoop tappity doo. Yoop top tappity doo and lacko doo. So I think she has an identity crisis, which fits, and she is sort of super villainous, she has connections with Matches Malone, and she also has a superpower. She has the superpower, she has the ability of creating mosh pits, yes, and having Gordon suffer from her wrath of giant mosh pits. So, sure. If this does wind up being the Joker, I'd be fine with it. That could be cool. That could be neat, But I just have doubt. I completely doubt that this is the ultimate one. I completely doubt it. They're just gonna keep teasing us. They're just gonna keep giving us possible Joker after possible Joker after possible Joker. They're just gonna keep doing that, I think. And it probably won't be until like whenever the show is either canceled or actually ends before we actually know who the Joker is. And if the show ends prematurely, then they'll probably just be like, okay, whichever Joker happens to still be alive that we hinted at being the Joker, that's the one. Fuck it, that's the one. So I think that's what's going on there. Alright, I think we've spent more than enough time on Gotham, Jesus Christ. So let's move on over to the Supergirl. Let's move on to Supergirl. So here we are. Over with, we have moved on to Supergirl, and this week, the supervillain that Supergirl deals with is herself! Oh! Now, usually I really hate, those kinds of, sources of conflicts, because I'm like, no, I want an actual supervillain. But this time around, she is the supervillain, of course! Yes! Yes, it's the classic Superman tale of when he gets exposed to red kryptonite. Yes, there are all kinds of kryptonites out there. Red, blue, black, shoe, monkey, white, indigo. Why did I say monkey and why did I say shoe? I don't know. But anyway, there's all kinds of kryptonites out there. And they each have a different effect on the Kryptonians. And the red one is the one that turns him into a fucking asshole. Yes, it's a classic story. We saw it on Batman the Brave and the Bold. And we also saw an example of it in Superman 3. Now, of course, in that version, they were too lazy to change the color of the friggin' of the fucking kryptonite, so instead that had to still be green. But it still had its effects nonetheless of turning Superman into a complete asshole. Yes, and this episode completely embraces the fact that they're doing a similar story, right down to that infamous bar scene where Superman just is drunk off his ass and he's got the bowl of peanuts and he uses them to cause chaos and destroy a bunch of bottles. They replicate that scene like exactly for this, and so that means that they're like, you know what, we know that Superman 3 was a complete fuck you and was a complete just horrible turkey ass explosion, but you know what? We're gonna embrace our past by recreating it. We're gonna do it. Of course, we're gonna be more creative about the evil Superman costume. Instead of just like toning down the colors, we're actually gonna give her a badass supervillain costume for Supergirl, so that's always great. So it was really great to finally, after all this time, to see the superhero become the supervillain. And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, but you already saw Arrow do that in season 3 of Arrow. Well, guess what? He was pretending the whole time. This is genuine, however. This is genuine transformation. But easy come, easy go. Because immediately as soon as she's affected, she is cured. Well, who should I thank at least? Who should I at least have to thank for this for this temporary moment of awesomeness from Supergirl? Who at least do I have to thank? Oh, it's Maxwell Lord. Oh. Remember last time I talked about Supergirl and I was complaining how we always use Non over and over again? Yeah, I forgot to mention that we also use Maxwell Lord over and over again, don't we? It's like, whenever we need like an alien type situation for Supergirl, it was caused by Non. But if we need like a man-made type situation for Supergirl, we give it over to Maxwell Lord. So it's just a ping pong game. It just goes back and forth. It's like Non gives the ball to Maxwell Lord, who gives it back to Non, who gives it back to Max Lord, who gives it back to Non, who gives it back to Lord. Non Lord, 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 Non Lord. Oh my God! I'm going crazy! We need some new supervillains already. This is getting so repetitive. Calm down. Calm down. Okay? We are going to get Banshee soon. We're gonna get Banshee. Wait a minute, is Banshee her name? Oh yeah, Silver Banshee. We're gonna get Silver Banshee. Not the ginger X-Men character from Scotland. No, we're gonna get Silver Banshee. And the return of all Livewire. So there's that too. So I have nothing to worry about, okay? It's all gonna be okay. Man. I just realized something. This is like the third or fifth thing that is commonly used for Superman that's been presented on this show like it's never existed before and is only existing because of Supergirl, and that's really weird. They keep doing that for some reason. I mean, it's not that I have too much of a problem with it, but still, it's like, is there anything left for Superman at this point? Because I don't think we've ever had any implication of him running into Toyman like Supergirl has. So what exactly happened to Superman then? Like, well, what's his lore? Is it just Lex Luthor and Zod and that's it? Ugh. maybe it's because of his tendency to always repeat things over and over again in the movies, and he doesn't do anything else. He never thinks outside of the box. So maybe Supergirl is maybe the makers of Supergirl are trying to make this as a screw you to Superman for not being creative, and they're like, hey Superman, you always use the same villains and lore over and over again. So just because of that, you can't have any of the lore that you don't use. Use it or lose it, and you lost it, buddy. Alright, let's move on to our final episode of super villainy to talk about, and that, of course, is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, last week I had a big concern regarding Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and a particular villain in that show, and I had a big concern over what might happen if that particular villain was not careful enough. And lo and behold, it happened. Oh God. Oh boy, did it happen. My worst nightmares have come true. I am very disappointed. But I'm giving him a chance to explain himself, alright? You got some splaining to do. So he is going to be this week's personal vlog. It's going to be him, and he's going to have some explaining to do, alright? He has the floor, and he's going to plead his case, alright? But anyway, let's see here. But that's not the only supervillainy that happened here. Of course, there's others. And the main one, of course, is Gideon. Yes, Gideon. No, I'm not talking about the villain of Gravity Falls. That show's over. Yes, I know. I had to take off the Band-Aid, okay? Alright, it's over. Alright? Okay? Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright. So anyway, I'm talking about the villain of this show, the Gideon of this show. And of course, that Gideon is the one played by Powers Booth, and he's been doing a great job so far. Of course he was Hydra, of course. I remember seeing his performance in the Avengers movie, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if he was like Adele Rusk and he turned out to be Red Skull the whole time? And Marvel, of course, like, yeah, that is cool, but we're going to use that concept sort of, except we're going to take away the cool part of that concept, which is making him turn out to be Red Skull the whole time. Instead, we're going to take out that cool part and leave in the other part of that idea, which is making him the leader of Hydra, and that's just what we're going to do, and nothing else. So fuck you guys! But yeah, he is the leader of Hydra, and he's taking care of Hive. I'm not gonna call him Ward, fuck you, he's Hive now. And he's taking care of Hive, he's accommodating him. He gave him a shiny new Inhuman with his fucked up eyes. He gave him that guy. And Ward is like, thank you for these Inhumans. But I don't feed off of Inhumans, okay? I am very anorexic right now, as you can see, okay? I'm a walking zombie, and I need sustenance, but I cannot get it from fellow Inhumans, okay? That would be like cannibalism, alright? I only eat humans, okay? So you need to get me 5 perfect specimens, okay? 5 healthy humans, alright? Give them to me. And so his Inhuman buddies, his Inhuman henchmen, his Inhumans, give him 5 healthy humans for his consumption. And this made me realize something. Thank God that I am out of shape, because if I was in shape, that would mean that I would be delicious for Hive to eat. I would be like, ooh, I would be like a delicious smorgasbord with him. So it's a good thing that I am not in shape, because if I was, I would be devoured by Hive. I would. And before you go, but wait a minute, haven't you ever heard of fattening something up? Well, yes, but that gives it a lot of fat, and that's gross. You don't want to eat all that fat. You don't want to eat meat. No, that's gross. No, you want something healthy, something lean. Yes, you want something very healthy. Yes, eat those 5 people who are so healthy. And that's what Hive does. We circle around these 5 people, and we hear from the other Inhumans, oh, by the way, these are innocent people. Yes, we know, okay? Alright, we know, okay? Yes, we feel sorry for them, okay? Alright? And they're very scared, and they're very reluctant, like, oh, God. Like, do they know they're about to be devoured by Hive? Do they know that? So Hive starts his weird sand thing he does for some reason. I still can't figure that out, what exactly he does, but he starts protruding like powder from himself, and it starts swirling around the 5 specimens, and we don't see him for the whole episode afterwards until the very, very, very end. Right until that point is when we see him again. And when we see him, those 5 perfect specimens that I was talking about, those 5 innocent people, they are freaking skeletons now! Spooky, scary skeletons who whisper down skeletons will make you go insane. Yes, they're all covered in goopy goo. They're all gooey now. But look at what it happens to Hive. Yes, he's been restored. He's been transformed. I mean, I would have preferred if he transformed into his octopus state, but apparently they're still gonna, I guess, save that for the finale, I guess. So instead, no, he's just back to his he's just completely back to looking like normal Ward now, I guess, because the actor's like, oh, I don't like this makeup. I want to be looking like my regular self again. And they were like, okay, but however, this ritual, whatever the hell it was, I still have no idea what went on, but apparently the side effect is that it makes you covered in greasy goo, and it makes you naked. So now we have a naked, gooey Ward, all naked. Of course, we don't see anything, because this is ABC. Hell, we don't even see anything in the Netflix shows, except for, side boob every now and then. But anyway, I digress, but it's a good reason to digress. Side boobs. But anyway, yes, so we finally have Ward back to his old self. No, not Ward, sorry, no, Hive. We have Hive back to his old self. Well, not old self, this is new self, but you know what I mean. He's all healthy. He's all nice and healthy. Yes, it was so sad seeing him like all weak and trying to get his strength back, and now he's done it. Now the sky's the limit for him. Now he can do anything he ever wants to fucking do. He can do anything. Thank you, skeletons. Yes, but don't worry, skeletons. You skeletons are gonna get the proper send-off. Let's use them as Halloween decorations. Yay! Yay! Let's use them for Day of the Dead. Yay! But make sure you clean all the goo off of them, okay? I don't like gooey skeletons for Halloween. By the way, Halloween is not until many months from now, so we're gonna have to put them in the basement for now, okay? But don't worry. We'll get them out when Halloween comes, okay? Unless Hive dies by then, because usually the big bad doesn't make it past the season finale, so oh boy, they might be having to stay in that basement for a long time. Okay, so that's it, everybody. That is this week in superhero TV villainy. That's it. And you know what that means. It's time to watch some Netflix! Yes! Yes, I earned it. Yes, I know that I'm taking a huge risk. Okay, I know about my curse involving Netflix. Yes, every time I've tried to get onto Netflix, something horrible has happened to me. The first time I got beat up, I got beaten the shit out of. The second time I got shot in the face. But you know what? No. Netflix has some great selections, okay? Sure, they keep getting rid of a lot of cool stuff, but they keep gaining a lot of cool stuff, okay? Alright? Now, what should I watch first? Okay, let me see here. Oh, man. I just talked about Pee Wee Herman and about how he's the Penguin's father, so maybe I should watch the new Pee Wee Herman movie. But then again, Full House is finally back. Oh, God. I get to watch Kimmy Gibbler again. She's so friggin' hot. Kimmy Gibbler, she's so hot. She's so hot now. Oh, my God, she's so hot. Oh, man. Okay, alright, let's see here. Okay, Pee Wee Herman or Kimmy Gibbler? Herman, Gibbler, Pee Wee, Kimmy. There's the lights. Okay, oh God, alright, I know the routine. This is where I realize that I'm not going to be watching Netflix. Are you gonna punch me or shoot me? What are you gonna do? Oh man, nothing is happening. Oh no! I'm so scared! Oh god, the music is swelling up! Oh no! What's gonna happen to me? What's gonna happen to me? What's gonna happen? The suspense is killing me! Oh no! I'm hyperventilating! I'm hyperventilating! I think I'm gonna pass out!
This time, he took himself.